Hi, my name is Usman, and today I'm going to talk about something extremely important from the health perspective. And this is related to a gland, a very important gland in our body that is called thyroid gland, and it resides here in our neck. So, the point is, how can you tell yourself or to others around you to help them out that they need to find a doctor and talk to them because they are having some problem with this gland called thyroid gland? So that's my purpose of this video today, that I want to educate you people about that gland called thyroid gland. So there are two ways this gland can have an abnormal function. Number one, it can have increased functioning, which is really dangerous, and we call that as hyperthyroidism. Or number two, it can have low functioning called hypothyroidism. So it can be either of those. So either of those conditions could be extremely dangerous, and you can have a swollen thing in your neck, and you'll see that, oh man, why is your neck looking so puffy or swollen or big? So that is a sign that you might notice in these people. Or let's say if these people with thyroid problem, they have hyper or high functioning of this gland, they will have some problems, that you can notice in their lifestyle or in your lifestyle if you, God forbid, have got this problem or condition. Like, you will notice that you are losing weight very unexpectedly. You are not doing anything wrong. You are eating really good, and probably you are eating a lot, and you are always hungry, and still you are losing weight despite of eating a lot to satisfy your appetite. So in that case, you have to have suspicion about yourself or someone around you that maybe you need to see your doctor immediately. Or there might be a feeling that your heart is beating. We have a sensation of heartbeat, which could be called, palpitations. Or if you do not know that thing, then that's something you will feel funny in the chest going on. There could be increased heartbeat or irregular heartbeat. If you check your pulse, you can tell, or even just putting the hand on your chest, you can tell that there is something wrong with the heartbeat in this person or in yourself. And that is a very important feature of this high functioning of your thyroid called hyperthyroidism. And or sometimes you meet people that you find out that their hands are very sweaty, or really cold and clammy and sweaty. So you will notice that if you have somebody around you who has high functioning or high level of thyroid hormone, they will have very sweaty hands and feet, and they will be sweating as well on their body, just very unusually. They're not even standing in a very hot place, or not even sunbathing, or not even in the kitchen or cooking where you do expect people to sweat, but they will be doing it on their bed, which is very unusual. So you can help them, you can guide those people, or you can help yourself through that. So be very, very cautious and observant about that thing. Another additive feature with this hyperthyroid is you are very irritable. You are easily aroused or easily irritated, and you tend to get anxiety. You tend to get panic attacks very easily, and that's something very highly suspicious of hyperthyroidism. And you are always in an aggressive mood, and you are literally hyper, basically. And another thing is, you are very intolerant to heat. You love to live in the places that are cold or where there is snow going on and things like that. So your heat intolerance is a feature of hyperthyroidism, which means that your gland is functioning way too much than it needs to be, or if you're a woman or a girl, you might be having problems with your periods. That's another very significant or indicative thing about the thyroid dysfunctioning. And another thing is you have sleep issues. You cannot go to bed easily. You are feeling like you don't have to sleep, or you don't want to sleep, or you are really high, you cannot fall asleep, you're having insomnia. And another thing is you will be always tired, you will be always hungry, you will have puffy eyes, puffy neck, puffy swollen face sometimes when you wake up in the morning, and people will notice that, man, your neck, your eyes are looking puffy or swollen or really out pouching or something like that, which we call as proptosis sometimes. That is an extreme level. Or sometimes you are not diagnosed for a long time and you never bother to go to the doctor, and then you end up being diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. So be very, very careful. And excuse me, as I mentioned, this condition of thyroid can have two ways, like hyperthyroid or hypothyroid, like low thyroid. So now I'm going to talk about what will happen if somebody has low functioning or abnormally low functioning of your or his thyroid gland. So in that case, the person is really tired or fatigued and lethargic and disinterested in the things and never ready to do anything, really feels like he has no energy, he needs some nutrition from somewhere, or some coffee all the time to stay alert or active, or just do basic level activities. He needs something really stimulating to do something. So that is a very important feature about low thyroid functioning. And if you have somebody around you in younger ages, the growing ages, that kind of age group, pediatric age group also, they will have low growth rate. You will find these kids to be growing at a very low rate of growth compared to other kids around. So that could be another very suspicious thing about those kids. You cannot say that thing about adults because they have achieved a certain height and weight, and then you cannot say that. But with pediatrics, this could be a very, very interesting feature that can lead to a good early diagnosis. So be cautious and be aware of that. Sometimes those kids also have something called delayed puberty, delayed onset of maturity in those kids, and they have delayed maturity from the brain aspect also. So the earlier you catch, the better. You do not want them to be behind in their school or education and in the rest of their life. So earlier you catch, the better. And then if you have low functioning of thyroid, you tend to get constipated quite often, and it is so unusual. Even if you're taking fibers and good diet, very healthy lifestyle, still you stay constipated, you stay dry, you stay irritated, you stay like you keep having hair loss, and you get very brittle nails. Your nails are very fragile, like very brittle, and then your hair is very thin. Your hair start getting thinner and thinner, and they get so weak that you start losing them. Even with just a combing, you start losing too many hair. So if you're losing too much hair, all of a sudden it's really spontaneous thing in your life that you found that, man, why am I losing hair so fast? That could be a sign that you are getting towards thyroid problems, especially hypothyroid or low thyroid function. Another important feature in these kids and adults is they start gaining weight very unusually, because they are not even hungry and they are still not eating too much, and they are gaining weight again over and over time. So, and if you have women with these problems, they have problems with their dates or periods, and that's something really concerning. And if you have that kind of feeling, check your heart rate by putting your heart over here, or you're checking your pulse. You will see that your heart rate is very low low, sometimes way below than 60, so be careful and be watchful about those things, and you will see that you will start losing memory. So people with low thyroid function, they have impaired memory, loss of memory, early onset of dementias as well. And again, they will also have goiter or growth in the neck, which is thyroid becomes like a lump, and you do not like cold. You hate cold basically when you have low thyroid functioning. So it's totally opposite of hyperthyroid people or high thyroid people, where they love cold but they do not like heat. But in contrast, this hypothyroid or low thyroid people, they have sensitivity to cold. Even if it is not too much cold, they are always cold, and they are always puffy. They will have puffy face and so on and so forth. But it's important that you are aware of those things and very cautious about your health perspective things and the people around you, and guide them through. So if you have any questions, please check out in the comments and ask me, or you can always ask me in the comment section, or otherwise you can check online or talk to your doctor. It's very important, and it's very serious, because at the extreme stages it can even lead to death. So that's why I wanted to bring this awareness. Please like, subscribe, and share, and thank you so much for your time. Bye.